All right, everybody. Good morning. We are here for Fit 30. We will start down on the floor. We're going to be doing some warm up and core exercises. But I want to just say real quick before we get started, so glad you're here with me. This is so important for us to do. Let's have a fun time doing it. Are you ready? Let's get started. Down onto the floor and all the way onto your back. Whew. Once you're down on the floor, arms out away from the shoulders. Push that low back into the ground. Start to feel an engagement of your abdominal muscles as you push the low back into the ground, flattening that back. And then very slowly start to arc the low back away from the ground. Now, this is not a bridge. Your hips are still on the ground. It's just that little pelvic tilting action. So now you should feel a small gap between the floor and the low back, but your belly muscles are still active. Hold your belly nice and firm, even when you're in the arched position, and then go ahead and find the first position. Push the low back into the ground. Now you're going to feel your tailbone moving a little bit. So feel that tailbone moving. Your low back is slightly curled here. And then go to the arched position. Now that tailbone is firmly planted into the ground. The low back is arcing. You can even start to feel the shoulder blades sliding down the back a little, which may help you feel just a slight little bit more of the arc of the low back. We're talking very small movement here. And then push the low back into the ground. Let's start to move through with a little more pace, arcing. Keep the belly pulled in and rounding. Push the low back into the floor. Twice more. Now finding as much movement as you can. Last one. So good to maintain that mobilization of the low back. All right. Now we will bridge. So the arms, let's move them next to your sides. Push the arms into the ground as best as you can and roll the hips up off the ground into our normal bridge. Hips go way up, squeeze the glutes at the top of the bridge, and roll it back down. So now we're going to use all of the spine, not just the lower spine. So begin rolling the spine up. Contract the glutes at the top of the bridge and roll it from the top of the spine down to the tailbone. And come up again. This time, once you're at the top of the bridge, hold, breathe, roll it back down. And again, lift, hold at the top, breathe, roll it back down. Walk your feet close together. Bridge the hips up. Lift the right foot up toward the ceiling. Hold. Slowly bring the right foot to the ground and hips to the ground. Roll it back up. Find the bridge. Left foot up. Hold. Foot slowly to the ground in control, and then hips to the ground. We have one more of those. Hips up. Right foot up. Right foot down. Hips down. Last one, hips up. Left foot up. Hold. And release it down. Pull your knees into your chest and squeeze in. Open the knees out. Place one hand onto each knee. Pull the knees wide apart. Keep the legs in place. Reach the arms down onto the ground, away from the shoulders. Lift your feet just a little, just a touch. So the feet are going to tend to kind of just be normally toward the ground, but give your feet just a slight little bit of lift. And then draw the knees and the feet together, open out. Draw them together, open out. Smooth and steady. Pretend like you're pushing against water as the legs come together. 3 more. Draw the legs together, extend the feet straight up toward the ceiling. Pull the toes down, feel a stretch in the backs of your legs. Point the toes toward the ceiling. You can hold on to the legs if you need to, otherwise the arms are on the ground. Open the legs out, straddle stretch. Slowly draw the legs together. Now you're trying to lengthen your legs as best as you can. Open out, draw the legs in. Open out, and back together. Keep going. 3 more. Try to lengthen your legs as best as you can. Your muscles are contracting. The low back is pushing into the ground. And we have 1 more. Good. Bend the knees. Land your feet softly onto the ground. Breath in and breath out. Straighten out your legs. Point the toes forward. Lift your right leg up off the ground so it lifts up about 6 inches. Now you're going to take your right leg and you're going to reach it across toward the left. Your right hip rolls off the ground. So your right hip has come off the ground because you're reaching the right leg all the way over to the left as far as you can. Then roll back to the center position. The leg is still off the ground. And lower the foot onto the ground. That's back to our start. Left leg lifts just about 6 inches. Roll all the way to the right. Reaching as far as you can. The leg is still off the ground. Back to center. Keep the leg off the ground. And slowly touch it back down. Now you've got the pattern. Keep going. Right leg up. Reach it across. Hold. And bring it back. And down. Left leg, don't rush this. Reach it across, make your muscles work, hold, and reach it back and down. 1 more time. Right leg up, reach it across, hold, back to center, and down. Left leg. And back and down. Bring your hands underneath your head, interlacing your fingers. Tuck your chin, lift your head and shoulders away from the ground, look towards your toes. Now see if you can lift up another 1/2 inch higher. Hold. Roll it back down. Back of the head all the way back to the floor. Tuck your chin, lift, look towards your toes, lift a little higher. Roll it back down. Touch your head to the floor. Keep going. Roll and lift, maybe a little higher, and back down. 3 more. Last one, best one. Get a nice lift. And release all the way down. Release your hands from behind your head and reach your arms all the way back, lengthening your arms behind your head. Stretch and reach. Now reach your hands all the way up toward the ceiling and lower your hands down next to your sides. Bend up your knees with your feet on the ground. Lift your feet up off the ground with your knees bent. Squeeze your legs together as best as you can. If your legs don't easily go all the way together here so you can push the legs together, then if you can reach your yoga block, put it between your legs. Either way, try to get your legs as close together as you can and squeezing toward midline. Now reach your legs straight forward a few inches or maybe all the way to the legs are lengthened. You see what you can do. Bring the legs back in so your knees come toward your belly and then lengthen them forward any amount and back in. So don't overreach this if your abs aren't ready for it. Reach forward and back in. So you might need a little bit of knee bend even as you reach forward. Keep going. Three more, you got this. Squeeze your legs together. 2 more, you can do it. Last one, stay with it. Good. And release. Feet to the ground. Nicely done. Walk the feet apart. Move your knees right and left. All right, everybody, beautiful work. Roll onto your side. And if you happen to have your yoga block, you can place it under your head or use your arm. Lengthen out your body. The other hand is right in front of your chest to help you stabilize. Lift the top leg up away from the ground. Now we're not going to roll the hips open here to start. So just have the leg lift any amount. Now reach the leg forward, tap the toes to the ground, lift back to the start. Come forward, tap, and back. Now you can start to reach the leg behind a little bit if you like. Bring it forward, tap, and reach it back. Now the key to this is to stabilize your midsection. So do not let your low back move. You're holding your body stationary. It's hard to do, but see if you can pull that belly in a little. 2 more. Good, and back. Now, lift yourself up. I don't want you to turn to face the other direction. Stay facing this way because it's harder to flip yourself. So flip over and come to the other side. Back to the center position, and we lift, tap forward, lift up, and again, tap forward, lift. Now, if you bring the leg behind a little, that's fine, but make sure you don't get a discomfort in your low back. So pull the belly in tighter. If you're reaching the leg behind, come forward and tap, reach it back, forward and tap. Couple more. Excellent. All right, come on up, push yourself up and into tabletop. Bring your knees close together. Right leg extends back. Bring the toes down onto the ground. Keep the legs straight, lift and lower. Now, as you do this, keep that belly pulled in. So I want that low back neutral. So that means you're lifting your belly up into your spine. Feel the glute working. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go right into hip circles. Bend the knee and circle the hip. Big circles. Reverse the direction. And release the knee to the floor. Back to tabletop. Knees are close together. Left leg back, toes on the ground. Pull that belly in. It feels like you're dropping the tailbone down just a little. So that should help to feel like the low back is staying powerful and neutral. Lift the leg and lower. Now, your goal with this is to keep the leg as straight as you can while you pull the belly in. It should feel like a very precise movement. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right into the circles. Bend the knee and big hip circles. Reverse. And knees to the ground, back to tabletop. Lift your hands off the ground. Good job, everyone. Reach the arms up high. Stretch it out. And lower just the arms down. Now from here, lean back an inch or two like I've done here. It's just a small little lean back to help you feel more weight into your feet. Push your feet into the ground. Your arms are by your sides. Now, from here, keep those feet pushed into the ground. Lean back a little further until you feel strength work happening in the fronts of your legs. Hold. Now squeeze the glutes a little tighter. You hold here, or maybe you lean back a fraction further. 3, 2, and 1. Back to the center position. Reach the hands up high. Lower the hands down next to your sides. Again, lean back, push the feet into the ground, contract the glutes. So if this is really hard for you, just lean back a little ways because you can do that. If you want it a little harder, lean back a little further. If you want it a little harder, lean back a little further. We've got 3, 2, and 1. Great. Whew, that's hard. Hands to the ground, tabletop. Reach the right leg back, toes on the ground. Give yourself a little calf stretch. Switch sides, left leg back. Great, everybody. Great, great, great. Hands onto the floor. Curl the toes under. Lift the hips up. Your downward facing dog. Paddle the legs out. Bend, straighten, bend, straighten. One leg bends, the other one straightens. All right, lower the knees to the floor. And whatever is your easiest technique, go ahead, come up onto your feet. All right, everybody. Good work. I admit I got a little carried away there with our core. I got a little bit carried away. That went a little longer than I intended. That's okay. We need it. It's so good for us. Let's get moving. I love this feeling that we're warmed up. Core exercising, of course, does that for us. So here we are. You know the drill. Walking at all times if you need to. Keeping one foot on the ground at all times is the definition of a walking pace. A jogging pace, and I know this is just review, but a jogging pace is where, technically speaking, you're airborne for a millisecond of a millisecond. You can't really feel it. It's hard, almost impossible to notice this. But that's the definition of more of a jogging pace. So of course it's a little more impact. And if you don't like that, back to the walking pace, much less impact. Either way, get those arms moving, relax the shoulders, kind of like a boxer. If you've ever watched a boxer, at least I have this vision in my mind of a boxer, walking up to the ring or, getting ready. They're making sure that their arms are really loose. Their shoulders are loose. Why do they do that? Because a punch, not that we're needing to understand boxing technique, but a punch is actually harder and faster if the muscles are relaxed. Like that. That's a relaxed arm. It's like with the golf swing or the tennis swing. If your arms are relaxed, they actually move faster. So here, let's do that. Let's relax those arms. Relax the shoulders. Let them move. Let them flow. All right. Bring the feet back to the ground and we go high knee. Standing tall. Big smile. Big breath. Driving those knees up high. So good for us. All right. Keep the knees going. Arms out to the sides. As soon as we bring the arms up, it's going to be a fraction harder to keep the knees up as much. It requires more core strength when the arms are up. So just pay attention to that. We might have to work a little harder in our legs to drive up those knees. The arms are going to come together and out. Now pretend like you're moving your arms through water. So you have to push the arms together, push the arms together. Push, push, push. We have 10 more seconds here. Get those knees up high. You can do it. Stay with me. And 3, 2, and 1. Good. Walk it out. Let's move around on the mat. Walk it around. Shake out those shoulders. You guys are doing great. Back to center. Straddle position. Get those legs wide. Start to go from side to side. Now at first, it might be a little small movement. Hands shifting knees each time. The leg you're moving toward is bending. The leg you're moving away from is straightening. If you'd like, try stepping the feet out a 1/4 inch on each side and drop the hips down a 1/4 inch. side to side. Now, this is a great option to continue with for another 30 seconds. If you would like it more challenging, take the hands off the knees and just start to swing the arms from side to side, but stay low. Don't lift and bob out of the position. Five more seconds. Good. Back to center. Now either step or if you can, heel toe, the feet together. Heel toe, heel toe, heel toe, heel toe. And let's move those feet. All right. Forward and backward. So checking to make sure that you're picking the feet up off the ground and even exaggerating that a little bit. And why do we exaggerate? Just because it gives us that reminder in our brains that we need to have our feet up off the ground, because tripping and falling often happens because we're dragging our feet unbeknownst to us at the time. I've done it before. Dragged my feet, turned, fell. I've done it a couple of times in my life. So it happens to anybody. But obviously we want to avoid that as much as possible. Now, come to the end of your mat, and we're going to do the same thing, but you're going to give yourself a good turn. Now I want you to do extra stepping as you turn, more than you normally would do. In other words, kind of little steps to turn yourself. You wouldn't necessarily do this all the time, but for this exercise, I want little steps as you turn. If you want to watch me, you can. Little steps as you turn. Okay, get the arms up over the head, or behind the head, I meant, with the elbows bent. And try to stay upright, looking straight ahead rather than down to your feet. Okay, now let your arms be by your sides, up and down. Arms up and down. Keeping those feet moving. If you're able to, finish up 10 more seconds, breath in and out through your nose. All right. Good, everybody. Back to center. Move those feet around. We're going to begin our kickbacks. So left foot kicks to the right side, right kick to the left, side to side. Now, if you want, you can just be steady, slow it down a little, feel your balance. If you want it quicker and a little bounce to your step, you can do it that way. Doing great. Let's add the arm movement. The arms go to the opposite direction of the foot that's kicking. About 10 more seconds. You guys know I love walking. I love our walking program. I love it that we're getting outside and walking. Nothing replaces that. But this adds some extra benefit, doesn't it? We're not going to do this kind of thing probably when we're out walking. You could, but most of us won't do it, myself included. All right. Walk it out. All right, this time we're going to raise the arms up. We're going to lift the right foot, hold, and down, arms down. Lift the arms, left foot lifts, hold, and down. Lift, hold, and down. Lift, hold, and down. Hold, hold, hold. Not very many of these, We want to keep our heart rate up, but I want you to feel your balance. Hold, hold. Now, last two, hold, or two more, hold a little longer. Hold, and down. Hold, and down. Hold, and one more. Hold. Good. All right. Step to the front of your mat. Right foot back, arms up, either elbows to hips and step forward and back, step forward and back, or kick the foot forward, foot up off the ground and back. Now, as you do this one, your weight stays mostly in the front leg. You're extending the back leg back and tapping the toes lightly to the floor instead of shifting your weight into the back foot. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. By the way, if you were stepping, your pace will of course be much slower. If you're stepping, take your time. Other side, left foot, arms up, elbows to hips, step forward and back, or lift the foot, drive the knee and back. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, good, good. We're still going, everybody. We're getting close. We got a few more minutes. We will be going a little over 30 because I went over on our core work. So we're going to probably be at about 35 minutes on this one. All right. Let's keep going. Let's start into some punches. So we're going to turn to one side and we're going to pull back and punch through. Pull back and punch through. Now, I want you to get some footwork going here. So as you pull back, step back, just to get some additional movement. Now remember, this is a whole body punch. It's not really just the hand and the arm, but your entire torso is turning and punching. You can take a pretty big step here. Keep this going. 5 more. All right. Good. And switch. Always takes me a few reps to get the movement pattern. So feel free to take your time dialing this in. We're stepping back as we pull back. And then as you rotate into the punch, you step forward. So it feels like your entire body rotation is the punch. The arm and the hand are just the delivery. They're just the end result. All right, let's get 5 more really good ones. All right, back to center. Let's get back to our jogging or walking steps. Big smile. We're doing great. Let's see if we can finish strong here for about 4 more minutes. Take the hands up and circles. Standing tall, posture upright, looking straight ahead. Reverse direction. and relax the arms, shake it out. Good. Arms out to the sides. Cactus the arms. Stay tall. Shoulders down the back. Bring the arms together in front, open out. If the arms don't come all the way together, no problem. You might get the hands and arms close together. And if you're like me, the legs quit moving. Come on, feet, let's go. Keep those feet moving if you can. I'm sure some of you are better at this than I am. It's okay, it's all good, right? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo, let those arms down. So good. Roll it out. All right. Come to one end of your mat, facing away, backward steps. Now let's slow down here for just a moment. Make sure you're safe and that you know where to turn before you run into something. And again, emphasize picking the feet up. Option to bring the hands behind the head, interlacing the fingers. Watch those turns. So good, everyone. And back to center. All right, really, really good. Walk it out one last time. And we're going to close here with a couple of stretching types of exercises. Stretching balancy thingies. All right, real good, everybody. Let's do this. Turn to face one side. You might want to watch me here. Take a deep breath. You might want to watch me here for a moment. This exercise is a stretchy, balancy thing. So the back foot is barely stepped back. If my feet are here, parallel, I'm taking one little kind of a half step back. Not a full step. This would be a full step. A little teeny step. The back knee is bent. The back heel is off the ground. Front leg straight. I'm reaching down to the knee or the shin or the ankle. I'm coming straight back up. I raise the hands overhead. The right leg never moves. Heel stays up, knees stay bent. Ready? Let's go. Nice and slow. Down, feel the stretch. Come back up, arms overhead. So don't bend the support leg or the straight leg. Don't bend that leg in order to get lower. Keep the leg straight and don't go as low. Doesn't matter how low you get. 3 more. Let's slow this down. Now keep that right leg bent and heel lifted. Last one. Good. And switch. Left foot, teeny step back, knee bent, heel lifted, support leg straight. Down we go. Feel the stretch. Come back up, feel the balance, raise the hands up. And twice more. And release, beautiful. One last one, and then we're all done. Split the feet into a full split leg stance. The back heel is grounded onto the floor 3 times. Left hand to left hip. Right hand is either across your chest, a little easier option, or if you want the more challenge, the arm comes up by the ear. You keep the arm there, lean forward, feel the balance, feel the stretch, feel the strength. Push back up. Second time. Nice and slow. Coming up, third time. Good. Arm down, step out of it, left foot back. Full split stance. So you have to step back pretty far. Right hand to right hip, left arm up over by the ear, or hand to the chest will be a little easier. Lean forward, push up, nice and slow, twice more. And release and step it up. Hopefully that was enough time to bring that heart rate back down to a normal range. So good, everybody. We took care of our heart and our lungs. We worked on our balance. All kinds of great stuff here today. I'm so glad you joined me. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.